I think one of the interesting things here for me is and this might be because me sitting in Berkeley, California, it's a totally different world than the normal world. A common friend of all of ours, Kevin Weiss, once told me, fact check this, but once told me that there are 10 times as many F-150s sold in America than Priuses. And so if you see more Priuses than F-150s, you live in a bubble. And so I was driving around with my kids. This was like 2 years ago. And I played the game. I said, let's count Priuses and let's count F-150s. I think we got to like 26 Priuses before we saw a single F-150. And just to be clear, it was a weekend. So a lot of the work trucks weren't out, like for weekday construction, that kind of thing. But again, that means my neighbors are a 2,500 to 1 outlier like world. So let's just be real about like where I live and my perspective on this. But I thought they kind of had crossed the chasm. The Model 3 and Y have both been some of the best-selling cars in America for the last year. They started out being the best-selling luxury car, but I think now they're near the top of the list of best-selling cars. And I thought we'd already crossed the chasm. But the question I think you're asking is that actually not true? Is it that the early adopter product market fit group was bigger than we thought, urban elite, environmentally conscious, mostly drives 30 to 50 miles a day, 2 cars, that kind of thing, is actually bigger than we thought, and it accelerated through that, and now there's this other wall, truly not even adjacent market shift that has to happen for EVs to be more adopted. And I don't really know the answer, but I suspect that there's something to that. I think it's almost like they grew so fast and Tesla kind of sucked the air out of the market for all the other automakers in EVs because their product is better on a bunch of dimensions we can talk about, and grew so fast by doing the make more, make them cheaper, make them easier to get, make them fat, make it more accessible, make it quicker, make it have higher range, that it maybe muscled other people out. But also, I don't know. I'm curious if you have other thoughts on it, because like, it's hard for me to see. I will just say the Model Y is, we have one, just to be clear, is like the most generic car you can own in the Bay Area. It went from like interesting to like totally pedestrian over the course of 2.5 years.